particularly funny in this speech anyway. For those of you who have not met me before today, I'm David. Is anyone here who's feeling worried, nervous, or apprehensive? You're either me, or you just married Greg. Firstly, I'd like to thank Greg on behalf of the bridesmaids for his kind words. I can also say what a great job they've done on how amazing they've been today. Only outshot Marty by Becky, the bride, and I think it looks truly amazing today. Woo! There's an unwritten rule of wedding etiquette that states that no man should look more handsome than the groom on his big day. So I'd like to thank our ushers, Dan, Paul, Roy, Lee, and Joe for sticking to that for the letter. So on behalf of the bridesmaids, ushers, and myself, I'd like to thank Greg and Becky for asking us to be involved in this most important day of their lives. I know they've both put a tremendous amount of effort into do this, especially Becky. And I can only hope that, with the exception of this speech, that everything else exceeds their expectations. So, Greg and Becky, you're finally married, for better or for worse. Which is quite appropriate because Greg, you can do better, and Becky, you definitely do worse. Everyone who knows Greg knows he's a man with very few words. As a speech show, very sweet devotion. So as you can imagine, he made this speech pretty tricky to write. Doesn't give you much to work with. So I thought I'd start with how I met Greg. We met on our first day of nursing school around the age of 4, which makes him easily my oldest friend. So it's an honour when he asked me to be his best friend. At least back then, his mum dressed him. This will show. Yeah, as I said, he's back then, impressive. So, I'm sure anyone who knows Greg, since then, he's developed his own sense of, well, style seems the wrong word, but any of you that have had the unfortunateness of not actually witnessed it, I've got a couple of examples along for you to take a look. Let's start with, this is the towel t-shirt.
Yeah! Towel t-shirt!
As it says, it's a t-shirt made from a towel. Not a combination that most people but it works with him. He's actually to take this from his suitcase because he wants to take on his honeymoon. I guess he might be one step ahead of us because he's on the beach, he can drive himself, it works on a lot of levels. Up next, we have, I'm sure everyone's familiar with this one, the Jamaican shirt. Yeah, I actually thought he bought this as part of a fancy dress outfit the first time I saw it, but it became pretty apparent that it wasn't. He was going to wear it out on more than one occasion. I guess it's an interesting look. Not everyone can pull it off, but I'm just glad that we were wearing them today. To be honest, I was a bit worried for a while that we were going to be underneath here, so very lucky with that. And finally, save first or last, the Chinese trousers. We call it like I don't think any words are needed to describe that are going to help, so yeah, they are what they are, but that's great for it. And I know Becky spent the last 6 years, almost to the day, trying to, shall we say, update his style, but as you see, very difficult to do, which is definitely going to spend the next years trying to sort out, but yeah, it's an uphill challenge, I think. I'm not sure if all of you know how Greg and Becky met, but it started way back when we were in sixth form and we were on a boys' holiday in Newton. None of us knew at the time, but the girl that Greg was dancing with on the dance floor, which one day we stood up here next to him with his wife. I won't get to give you a little demo now of what they're going on because there's some children. What I can do is get you a picture, which will give you a feel for what it is. So boys, if you can do the business, please.
Throwing down so.
I think my favourite bit is face. It just, it understands. I've done pretty well then. I'm happy with this. It's borderline. I think I'll have to help myself maybe soon. I'm not sure you can make your own ones up. But, yeah, so the first night they actually met the club. So that's nice to talk about. Yeah, after this, they exchanged numbers, kept in touch, and then 2 years later, decided to meet up. Greg showed Becky the products of Bogdan on their first date. Somehow that actually worked on my rover. And a year later, he was packing his bags, ready to live in Birmingham. As I said, Greg's a man, very few words. And his proposal to Becky is no exception to this. I don't know if you'll know this, but in fact, he didn't even utter one word during the proposal. What he did was spell out the words, "Will you marry me?" on the fridge to accept. It's pretty much Greg in a nutshell. The words are big half. Moving forward into married life, Greg, you're a lucky man. You leave here today getting a partner who's loving, caring, and look after you for the rest of your life. Becky, good luck too. You leave here today and gain a beautiful dress, new shoes, it seems fitting to draw my speech to a close with these advice for Greg. Greg's a huge football fan, as is Becky, so you're pleased to know that a successful marriage can be compared to football. You need to be fully committed every week and make sure you score every weekend. Definitely no tackling from behind. Make sure you change ends at half time. Don't quit tackling too hard, otherwise you'll get injured. Becky assured me that playing away from home will result in serious joy injury and the quickest way onto the transfer list. Yeah, in all seriousness, I've never seen Greg as happy with you, Becky. Together you make an amazing couple, and I really couldn't be happy for you both. It's been an honour to be part of the week. I know I speak to everyone here, and I genuinely wish you both every happiness for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, it leaves me just to ask you to please be upstanding and raise your glasses. It's a great pleasure to propose a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Allen, Greg and Becky.
Greg and Becky.